The state's decided that it wants to try to kill someone.
We believe that we could be prepared for trial summer of this year. And we believe that we could be ready for trial this summer.
2 seconds later.
Let's go to Mr. Thompson and see what you have to say about all this. Just getting things ready for trial.
Ms. Taylor is not understating the amount of work that's involved in this case, Judge. I think that's fair to say, and there's more information that continues to be developed.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. So you're saying, looking at this realistically and the amount of information, evidence, non-evidence, that might be looking at summer of 2025?
I'm saying that could be where we end up, Judge.
Which is it, homie? I know some of these issues have been resolved, but that don't mean we ain't gonna talk about how he fumbled through them. Get your ass out of here, man. That's all. Bill done lost his damn mind. Talking about some damn parking spaces. Listen, I hear you, man. We are in an entirely different hearing past this hearing, man. I get it. I'm late. I told y'all that, right? But I want you to go back. So, Bryan has had 2 hearings, and yes, sometimes I say trial when I mean hearing, but he's had 2 hearings recently. These last 2 videos, including this one, which will be the 3rd one, I'm addressing the previous hearing he had, not the last one, right? We're going to get to that, Lord willing. And it's important because for me, I just feel like if you care about this case and you care about justice, and I'm not saying anybody isn't doing this, or I'm bringing something new to the table, but this is my spiel. If anybody isn't, just in case, I want you to, it's important that we really pay attention to what's going on here. Bill is saying, number one, the trial, we needed to happen in 2024. Sir, while you're simultaneously telling us you don't even have all the evidence to consider, sir. And you haven't even been able to go through all the evidence that you had. This is your account of what's going on your end, sir. Bill, I have one question. What if some of the evidence that's still coming in, what if some of the evidence that you haven't gone over yet with your team reveals that there's another suspect or multiple and that Bryan is innocent, sir? Why the hell, I repeat, and that's all I'm going to lay out in this video, which is the 3rd part. You have to go back and watch the other 2 parts. The first one was notice of appeal. The second one was in the interest of justice, and this is in the interest of justice too. Why are you trying to rush and kill a man when you yourself are admitting that not only have you not been able to see all the evidence, you know that Ann and her team haven't either. I'm very curious about these things, so let's get to the video. Let's get to Bill, man. Bill, I'm confused. I mean, I am confused as hell, homie. As confused as the judge sitting on that damn stand saying, can I help this trial get where it's, man, y'all high as hell, bro. Y'all is high on quick. Listen, Bill starts arguing that the state wants a trial in 2024, summertime. I'm in Miami, man. You can't tell me about no damn summer. We really don't get seasons. But, I mean, if anybody, is other places in the world too, but if anybody knows about summertime, it's Miamians, right? Because we're in Miami. But, I mean, damn near, I'm pretty sure everybody who's not mentally, struggling, you got some mental incapacities, know that summertime right around the corner, Lord willing, if we live to see it. We're going to act like this lady didn't stand here and tell us that y'all ain't got, come on, man, we're not doing that. But that's when Bill won a trial, all right? So I'm thinking, right? There's a process. They're trying to make her skip it. I mean, how many times in this video am I going to say that we as the inexperienced, uninvolved public can look and see that they shouldn't be trying to rush this trial through because she can't prepare an adequate defense in the window that they're attempting to give her. We see that. So if we know it and see it, we know these people who live in and out of this world, we know they know it, right? They have the experience, they have the expertise, everything, right? They know what's going on here. You know what the process involves. Why are you trying to get Ann to skip it? What's going on? I'm going to leave that there, but that's the question that jumped out to me. Why y'all know there's a process. why are you trying to get this woman to skip it defending this man? Then he basically ends up conceding her point, guys. This is why I said, Bill, I am confused. You wasted our damn time getting up there rebuttaling her very sensible argument of why she can't go to trial in 2024 summer, in a few months. You got up and you rebutted that, arguing that, yes, she has to be, the living victims, the loved ones, they have a right to get this done so it won't be hanging over their head. The country, the community, I'm sorry, not the country, the state, the community, the college, they have a right to get this done so they don't have it hanging over their heads. This is Bill's argument, along with some other damn things we're going to get into, Lord willing. We got to have this trial in 2024. Bill, why the hell did you do that just to stand up at the end of the hearing and agree with Ann like you had came in there agreeing with her from the beginning and say, nah, Judge, we probably got to have this trial in 2020. Why the hell did you lay out an argument that the trial absolutely has to happen in 2024 and only to turn around 15 minutes later and agree with Ann that the trial probably can't happen until 2025, sir? Are you high or just are you... I think I know why, and it has nothing to do with the interest of justice, sir. Whether you're involved in some type of criminal conspiracy or whether you just don't give a damn about the job that you invested your life in. There's people's lives on the line here. It ain't only the damn victim. That man sitting in jail, and if he ain't commit the damn crime, he ain't got no business being in nobody's jail cell. If he did, he does. If he didn't, he don't. So why in the hell are you trying to skip getting what's in the interest of justice for every damn body, sir? That was crazy as hell. You are a damn professional litigator. You didn't know what your argument was when you came into court. You don't watch the trial if you think I'm lying and just being extra here for nothing. The man, it was like when you arguing with your significant other, and then we've been there. I think most of us have been on both sides of the coin. You know they right, but you would just say something. You just want to disagree with them. It happens online to people too. You know the person right, but you just feel like disagreeing. Was that what? I don't know, bro. Because no way in hell you laid out an articulate argument about the trial having to happen in 2024. You laid it out. That was your argument. Only to get back up 15 minutes later and agree with Ann, sir. Makes no damn sense. I am confused. Let me calm down. More about Bill. I'm not mad at him for the chess moves he's making to get the outcome that he believes in. If you genuinely believe that, a suspect is guilty, the accused is guilty, then of course you're supposed to do everything you can in the interest of justice to prove that this person is guilty. Of course. So I'm not mad at that. Number one, I don't think you're good at your job, bro. And I just laid out one reason why. You didn't just start this yesterday. Like you the man over there. But you got up in the court on camera where it was recorded and everybody could see it. And Ann could have stayed at home. Whatever. That's one reason I don't think you're good at your job. Another reason I don't think you're good at your job is this seems a little mindless to me. You're trying to kill a man. This is when we go back to you arguing that the trial has to happen in 2024 before you contradicted yourself and agree with Ann. One of the reasons that you argued that the trial had to happen in 2024, a few months from here, is because of parking spaces, sir. You got up in that courtroom I don't know what your tenure is as a litigator, sir. You got up in that courtroom and told us that Ann should have to rush her death penalty defense, preparing for it, even, with the fact that she has evidence that you have is part of your case, but she hasn't even gotten to see yet. But forget all of that. She should rush her defense of this man and be prepared in a few months because of parking. This is what he said, guys. If we don't have it in the summertime and we push it out, the courthouse shares parking spaces with the college and we're going to be taking their parking. I didn't make this up. Did you watch the trial? You know I'm not lying. If you didn't, go watch it. He said the college or the school. I can't remember which one, but he said one of them for sure. Context. You're trying to kill a man. You know that you have evidence that you've used to accuse this man, that you're going to use to prosecute this man, that his defense team hasn't even got to look at yet. You know they have a mound of evidence. You yourself agreed in this hearing that all of it needs to be looked at. Don't even worry about none of that. Just rush, do what you can, throw something together, and come in here and face off against us. We trying to kill this man, you trying to keep him alive. Because these people need parking spaces, man. They got to have somewhere to park. Like, I'm gonna leave that there. If you don't see where that damn rabbit hole goes, we gotta rush and kill a man because people gotta have somewhere to park. If you don't see where that rabbit hole goes, then nothing I say or could say after this would help you at all. There's no way in hell anybody in their right mind could think that's in the interest of justice. You done lost your damn mind, bro. Actually, that, if anything, feeds more into Ann's argument, which is going to come up, in this video, Lord willing, I'm going to talk about it, that we should have this trial somewhere else. You know what I mean? I want to be clear that I am aware that Bill did reframe his summer argument at the end, that even if it doesn't happen in 2024, which is looking like it won't, as I said, I'm aware that these videos are a little behind and some of these developments have already progressed, but he then reframed his argument to say, okay, well, even if it happens in 2025, it needs to be in the summertime. So, but that for me doesn't change the fact that initially you were trying to say that it has to happen in 2024. That was the foundation of your argument. And then your lay points were things like, so people will have somewhere to park. Come on, bro. You gotta relax, homie. You're trying to kill somebody. You know what I mean? That's a horrible argument, bro. That is a horrible argument. And then you said we owe it to, I already touched on this, we owe it to Latah County to try to see, no, I didn't touch on this, it's something else. You said we owe it to Latah County to try to see the jury here. I need that angry emoji right here. You owe it to your, what are you saying? Because the crime happened there? I mean, I'm not gonna act like that's totally absurd, sir, but it seems like your arguments are always based in anything but justice, bro. What if having that trial, which Ann is going to argue, I'm way behind the case, but maybe that's gonna be mentioned at today's hearing, for a change of venue. I'm pretty sure she already put the motion out. I don't know if they had a hearing for the judge to speak about it. But what if, in the interest of justice, it was better for the trial not to be had in Latah County, which is going to be part of our argument. You don't care anything about it. It's just we owe it to, bro, if you don't get your ass out of here, man, that's all I'm saying, man. This the same hearing and the same man that accused Ann of playing on and playing to people's emotions while he does it like we don't have eyes that can see. I'm also mad about some of the shenanigans he's pulling, considering what's at stake, which is basically what I just laid out to you guys. You're talking about parking, you're talking about putting on the, the emotions of the judge, to think about the county, and all this other stupid stuff you're talking about, bro. The shenanigans of saying that the trial has to happen in 2024 and only to turn around and say, nah, we probably ain't gonna be able to have the 2025. That's the kind of thing and other things that I'm mad at Bill about, you know what I mean? Because I do think y'all withholding evidence. I think Ann thinks y'all withholding evidence. I'm not going to talk y'all heads off about this, but I recently watched a case, man, where an incarcerated man, he was exonerated years later. I think like 10 plus years later. After it was discovered that a detective intentionally withheld evidence of another suspect from the defense. The detectives on the case knew there was another suspect and they never told the defense about it. So his client, I don't remember if the attorney was male or female, ended up going to prison for 10 plus years only to be fully exonerated later. They sent that innocent man to prison, and that didn't get justice for anybody. It just piled injustice on top of injustice while two criminals walked free. And I say two criminals because the one is obviously the person that committed the crime that was never caught and prosecuted. And the other one is the officer, the detective who knew about this and allowed it to happen. You're as criminal as anybody, sir. I think we saw a little of his change of venue argument. I'm talking about Bill Steele when he argued that the case is known everywhere. You know what I mean? And I don't disagree with him, but he definitely exaggerated his point. In my experience, in real life experience, no one outside of true crime circles has ever mentioned this case to me. I've talked to maybe 5 or 6 people about it, you know what I mean? And they were vaguely familiar with it at best, you know what I mean? Honestly, like I may have been in a coffee shop editing a video. Someone asked me that day and I shared a little bit with them. And they were like, oh, something happened with some college. Literally, that's what they would say to me. So, he's trying to make it seem like more people know about this case or intimately familiar with this case than is actually true. What I think it is everywhere and literally all over the world. where you will find true crime consumers. So if you go to any corner of the earth, if there's a true crime consumer there, I'm pretty sure they've heard about this case. But it's not everywhere in the sense that every passing person knows the most available details about it. That's just not true. Because like I said, in my real life, I've spoken to 4, 5, 6 people about it, and they were only vaguely familiar with it. And nobody's ever brought this case up to me. And trust me, I got a guy that come in the coffee shop, man, when I'm in there. Every damn time he come in there, he'll tell me about 3. Since he found out that's what I do, he'll tell me about 3 new true crime cases from all over the world. He's never mentioned this case to me once. Me and him actually talk about it, and he's one of the people that said, oh, it's something with the college students, right, in Idaho. And nobody's disparaging them. I'm just drawing a parallel to how Bill is trying to say that, hey, everywhere you go, because that's what he said. He said, I went to a couple of places and people brought it up. Sir, you're the prosecuting attorney. If they know you, why in the hell? Come on, man. Make it make sense, bro. They're going to bring it up to you. But I guarantee you couldn't walk in Bill goes to the grocery store like everybody else. He didn't say anything about people stopping him in Walmart. He didn't say anything about people stopping him in the Publix food line. Stop it, sir. You're trying to exaggerate the point. I don't even think it's like that well known in Idaho. Obviously, I don't live there, but I think, you know what I mean, he was trying to make a point. So his point was no matter where we go, the citizens, the jury pool is going to have the same recognition and knowledge of this case. And, you know, it's not the case. We're going to talk about that later, though, Judge. See, I said I recorded the audio. I got sick. I was unsick. I came back to do it, but then I accidentally deleted the audio. So now we kind of pushed everything out because it's supposed to be Sunday or Monday, but we're actually on I don't even know what the hell the day is, Tuesday or Wednesday or something. And another hearing is happening today, sir, where you are supposed to set a trial date. I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm a little perturbed that you're willing, sir. You're willing to set a trial date, but you're not willing to set real deadlines for the state to hand over the discovery Bryan's defense needs to be adequately prepared for trial. I'm going to say that again. You're willing to set a trial date, but you're not willing to set real deadlines for the prosecution to give Bryan's defense the discovery they need to have an adequate defense for the trial. This is why I be looking at you sideways, homie. What the fuck? What are you? Make it make sense to me. And then you had the nerve. This is the thing that blew me away. Besides Bill wasting our damn time arguing for a trial in a few months, only to turn around and agree with Ann that it most likely can't happen in 2025. What the hell went on with you? You wanted to argue to change a venue for some damn reason. You wanted to argue to change a venue for some reason when that wasn't even on the table and the judge and everybody said that. I don't know, bro. But that blew me away and this blew me away. You, Judge, sir, had the nerve to sit on that damn stand and say, is there anything I can do to help? Yeah, bro. There it is. Oh, man. Be at the hearings, man. How about that? Let's start there. Can we just get you, Judge, to attend the hearings? Because asking that damn question makes it seem like you ain't been at none of them, homie. I mean, asking that question, is there anything you could do to help, makes it seem like you have not been in any of the damn hearings, sir. We would just love for you to control your courtroom. I like that he isn't a dictator, but he is either too soft and or getting pressure from people he'd rather not say no to handle this case a certain way. I like that he's not like, he's, you know, it's like you're watching the sporting events and the referees aren't controlling the game. You know what I mean? What's going on? They just on the periphery doing what they're supposed to be doing. He's kind of like that, but he just takes it to an extreme where he's either too soft or somebody telling him, yo, this is what you're going to do. This is how this needs to go. And he, you know, he don't want to say no to him for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Whatever motivation he has not to say no to him. So he's doing what he's being told. Well, like I say, he's just too soft, man. I don't know. There's another option, and that is that I'm just too ignorant to understand, you know, what's going on. I'm just missing things that will give me a better context of why he's making some of the decisions that he is making and not making some of the decisions that it seems he should. You know, let me make sure I didn't skip anything here, man. Like I said, I am reading from the notes that I took, man. Nah, I didn't skip anything, so we're about to wrap it up here, man. Is this a case of everyone being crippled by extreme workloads? I want you to take a second to consider that question, man. What I mean by that is, in the beginning, I told you guys, and if you watched this hearing, you've seen it for yourself, and was telling us how overwhelmed and backed up her team is. Now, once again, she wasn't saying it from a point of hopelessness. She was just saying, hey, I need an adequate amount of time to, do what I have to do here. So is that what's going on for everybody? I mean, it's not unthinkable. We hear about all of the crime in America. It could be that the labs are backed up. I myself, as a police, I police the police, a police auditor. I know that a lot of police agencies throughout the country are overworked and understaffed, like a lot of, service industries. So is that, and it's affecting what's going on, but like in the service industry, it isn't. There isn't so much at stake, but when you're talking about criminal litigation and capital punishment prosecutions, obviously there's more at stake. But if you're still just backed up from the labs to the FBI to the local police agencies to the courts, to the stenographer to the clerks, So it's a way. It seems like we see judge, we see the prosecution's team, we see, we see the faces of the prosecution teams and the faces of the defense teams. But there's a lot going on even just in those, two sectors behind the scenes. There's more people there. So in this whole justice process, so it could just be like this evidence not getting to. I don't think it's that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But I'm asking that question honestly. Do you think it could possibly be that just people having an extreme workload, like Anne herself, a key component of this situation, this trial, she's admitting. So it could be that, that with everyone. But, or is it the state conspiring with its partners to slow up the discovery process on that end? They know they're trying to push this trial fast. Come on, let's get here. Like I said earlier, why they definitely seem to me to be trying to get force Anne to skip the process like they did with the waiving his right to a speedy trial situation. I done used all my energy now. The sickness is kicking in. So are they just trying to, like I said, send Anne in a forest full of bears smelling like food? Sending the world with their hands tied? Is that why they're in partner with the crime labs, the FBI? Let's get this evidence. Hey man, don't worry about it. Do something else first, and then we're gonna tell the judge we still waiting, and we're gonna keep saying we still. Is that what's going on here? I don't know. It's another question. It's a chess move to purposely handicap the defense. Or maybe it's just the people they working with being swamped, and it's not the state, because the state said they ready to go. So maybe the people they working with, they need to get them what they. Nah, it's not, bro. Because that's part. I'm trying to come up with all these solutions just to be fair, but at the end of the day, I think y'all just doing this on purpose. And whether the people y'all working with got something to do with it too or not, they probably do, but I don't know. But definitely the prosecution, Bill and his team, I think y'all just trying to keep this evidence from this damn woman. Now, are you doing it because the evidence is gonna exonerate her client? Or are you doing it because it will weaken it will strengthen her defense and weaken your prosecution? What the hell you got going on here, guy? I don't know. Either way, no matter how you chop it up, my estimation is that it raises serious questions about how we pursue and administer justice. I want to get a little preachy here and say that again. I just went through, and I didn't lay those out as smoothly. It didn't flow as fluidly as I wanted to, but I went through a couple of scenarios, man. Maybe everyone's just backed up. Anne herself admitted she is. Maybe the state is partnering with their partners. They're conspiring with them. Hey, man, let's hold this evidence up, man. Maybe just the partners are backed up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they all just incompetent. And Bill definitely put up a great presentation argument of him being incompetent in this hearing. I don't know. But what I do know is that it raises serious questions about how we pursue and administer justice. And it's scary for Americans. Because nobody cares until it's knocking on your front door. Nobody really cares as much as we all should until it's knocking on your front door. I'm going to say this, man. We about to get out of here, bro. They were talking at the end of the hearing when Judge finally conceded that, hey, man, he wasn't going to be able to rush this hearing. They began to speak about, the 2025 date. You know what I mean? The judge was like, oh, we're still going to try to get it before then, but let's talk about the 2025 date. You know what I mean? And then he began to apologize to, once again, the surviving loved ones of the victims, murdered victims. Rest in peace to them. Let's not forget why we're here. Hate what happened to that little baby girl. There's a little boy missing. There's people missing everywhere, man. Another young man was murdered in the college. I know the young lady. I'm from Georgia. Y'all know I heard about what happened up there at UGA. Come on, man. That's my stomping ground. The UGA Athens, Georgia, out of Clark County. I'm from Georgia. Stop it. It's a lot of things going on in the world, man. That's why I said it's so important for us to get justice right. And we have the people that we've appointed to be in these positions to administer our justice system, to control the navigation of it, and they just don't give a damn. It's very scary for Americans. I see everybody in the political atmospheres, the political spheres, they raising hey these, because another Hispanic guy, I don't know if he's undocumented, I don't know all those terms because I don't care. I see PS, I do I have thoughts and opinions, but I see people. So I don't know if they, y'all got terms for them, and I ain't saying the terms are wrong. I'm just saying I don't know them. But a Hispanic man killed a girl in UGA, or a Latin guy, whatever I'm supposed to say to be politically correct. Y'all saying he wasn't supposed to. The news saying he wasn't supposed to be here. I'm not gonna say y'all. Another one just killed a baby. And I was telling the guys on Twitter, I was like, okay, cool, but Americans are killing Americans every damn day. Like, nobody is raping, slaughtering, slandering, falsely accusing, falsely imprisoning, just destroying Americans as much as Americans, because y'all have this damn agenda. When two Hispanics do it, let's just call them let's put the worst tag on there. Illegal immigrant, they was never supposed to be. I'm not accusing them of that. I'm just saying, let's put it in the worst terms that we can put it in. Now we making a big deal about it. Why in the hell don't you outrage that if these two can you imagine if you went through every damn state, city, town in America right now? In the last 2 days, rest in peace to those victims, the young lady in Athens and this child. I ain't got a lot of details about that story yet. That's 2 human lives in 2 days. That these illegal immigrants, remember, I'm not saying that they are that factually. I'm just putting the worst tag on it so I can put some context on what I'm trying to say to make sense. 2 lives taken. Let's be real. If we went through America in the last 2 days and talk about how many Americans have butchered, irregardless of race, color, and creed, they are Americans. And they have butchered in the last, I guarantee you it's a hell of a lot more than 2. So how do we trump up this outrage for only 2? Who in the hell told y'all these lives were more significant? You really don't give a damn about the lives that were taken. You will use their lives as bullet points in your political arguments, which is BS to me. And I'm not just saying that randomly, disconnected from this damn case that I'm talking about right now. At the end, judge begin to tell these loved ones, the surviving loved ones, I'm sorry. I know the same thing Bill was saying. It bothers some because this hangs over y'all head. I get it and I apologize to you. Why didn't one time you offer any time? It's not politically correct. I don't know. We're going to get to all of it. You didn't mention Bryan. I'm feeling sorry for, if Bryan is an innocent man sitting in that jail, you didn't mention feeling sorry for him. I mean, Judge, was it illegal for you to say in Bryan, if you are innocent of this crime, which very well could be the case, I feel sorry for you too? You didn't offer any type of sympathy or empathy for him. What about his family, man? They have not been accused of anything. You didn't offer any sympathy for them, his mother, his father, his father's mother, his siblings, for what they've experienced because of this situation. Whether he's guilty or not, they're not accused of anything. Judge didn't offer. This is what he closed the trial with, but he only directed his sympathy to one side. That's very telling to me. It tells me where his heart, and as the head of that court, where his court's heart and mind is. It tells me what he feels and what his court feels about what justice has decided this far. It tells me what the spirit of that court is. It's an uphill fight, man, for Bryan and Ann. But at least I think until the jury gets involved. Because I don't think everybody is thinking like the judge. I don't think everybody only feels sympathy for the surviving loved ones of the murdered victims. I don't think everybody is forgetting that Bryan may very well be innocent. I don't think everybody's forgetting that even if Bryan is guilty, his family isn't accused of anything. And I think some of those people who haven't forgotten are very well going to be seated on that jury, man. If Bill think this crime is everywhere now, y'all be safe.
I would want to inform the court that I do not believe this is a 6-week trial. I believe this is more like a 12 to 15-week trial. This is, as everybody said today, a very complicated case. And I want to talk a little bit about what drives both our request no sooner than summer of 2025. And I say that with fear, Your Honor. There are a lot of things that we have to still do. I want the court and counsel to know that we haven't sat around waiting for a scheduling conference to begin doing those things. We have been on this case and active and seeking discovery and reviewing discovery, meeting with experts and working the case since the day we were assigned this case. So with that said, there's still plenty to do. And I want to talk a little bit specifically about that. In a case where there is the potential for a death penalty.
You act like the on a damn wrist or something. He got to spend a couple of weekends in jail. Y'all trying to kill a man.
This is a capital case. Death is different.
Yo, the link to the first two videos will be in the description box, man. Just in case.